What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros. I can't do it. It just doesn't feel right, man.
Oh, man.
Abarca, we got some crazy ass news. Get him with it, Abarca.
We received a letter earlier today. First of all, I don't know who still writes a letter, but it's got all these little magazine letters in it. And it says, "Dear Super Bros, if you want to see Enrique ever again, I need you to have a YouTube channel." And I was like, but so we have a YouTube? Can we do that?
I think we actually already did.
So did they kidnap?
We just recently did that.
Did they kidnap Enrique for no reason at all?
No, so I think after doing a little bit of we're figuring it out is in our YouTube channel, you put our pictures, right, Stevens?
I did. In the recent video, there is our pictures.
Keep reading, Abarca. I think he talks about what happened once he saw that video.
Enrique is the sexiest of the Super Bros. Give us $1 million or we keep Enrique.
Dang.
Love, Cornelius.
I don't know. How much money do we got in our account?
We got Cornelius, we got $22. Can we rent him back once a week?
For $22?
For $22?
Well, we'll write a letter back.
Okay.
We'll cut up some magazines. We'll write something back. I'm sure he'll be fine the whole time that he's waiting for this. I'm not even going to try to upcharge it and get certified mail. I think we just send that shit in the mail. You going to the post office tomorrow?
I wasn't, but I guess I can.
I'm going on Friday. So we can wait till Friday. We can do it then.
Do you know what? I mean, do we need Enrique?
We need Enrique.
We do need Enrique.
We do need Enrique.
Hey, $22, guys.
That is a lot. But I think we can do it. $22. We'll get Enrique back, hopefully. And we'll see that. But honestly, this is kind of like Stevens' fault, though.
Yeah.
Super Producer
Because
Stevens.
I put the pictures on YouTube.
Why did you put the pictures up on the internet?
Well, first off, Super Producer Stevens, can you let people know that what's going on YouTube?
Yes, so we had some feedback recently that encouraged us to expand
Eat a
where
dick,
we're
Rodriguez.
expand where
What up, Jimmy?
expand where we're offering our material, and so we went ahead.
We did our OnlyFans. Hell yeah, man.
We have
All
not.
feet.
We have not done OnlyFans
Oh
yet.
shit, okay, because I got my nails did.
Yeah, don't. Well, maybe we'll start this week.
And I bleached my asshole.
I shit my bikinis on for nothing.
Oh, well, those pictures will come up this week.
But yes, what do we got?
We are on YouTube.
We also bought those wicker chairs.
just to put it right between the wicks.
The wicker chair.
So we put it on YouTube, yes.
And our first one just had our logo and the audio.
Okay.
And then on the last one, I went ahead because we went to Knott's, and so we took some pictures, so I threw those. I threw those up in there.
They were not naughty. The only thing naughty at
Not naughty.
Knott's. The only
Knott's.
thing naughty. Oh, I see what you fucking did there, Barker. You goddamn genius. But you know what? Fuck that. We do not. You know what, terrorist? No.
I don't negotiate with terrorism.
We're not going to negotiate
No.
with you. So you do whatever the fuck you want to do to Enrique? No. That's not happening here.
If you want to touch his butt, you do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Does he got care?
We don't know. We don't have to bow down to your fucking demands, Cornelius. That's your real fucking name.
Yeah.
Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Enrique. Crickets. Super Producer Stevens.
Hello.
And remember, my name is Ivan. All right, Abarca. It finished. Season 1. There's a Star Wars fan that hangs out with us sometimes who didn't seem very impressed with the show. What did you think about the Book of Boba Fett, man? What do you think?
Boba Fett was
I know, you keep
amazing.
calling him
You
Baba.
have new characters?
Okay, look, you know
Boba
what?
Fett. I'm like,
I will
damn.
say every time, English is my second language. And
It is Bob.
I'm sorry.
I get it.
I'm reading it in Spanish. Es el pinche Boba Fett. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but you don't say
damn,
Boba
I
Fett.
didn't see, I'm trying to read it in English and I fuck it up. Anyways, Abarca.
Hey, Bobo.
What happened, Abarca?
Book of Boba Fett was amazing, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, people had talked about how the show had gone down, like the Power Ranger kids. Nobody liked them. To me, this show is Dave Filoni, is Jon Favreau playing with all, like they threw out all of the toys in their toy box and they're like, you know what? There's a Rancor. And guess what? Cad Bane is there and Boba Fett. And at some point, Boba Fett's going to remember to use his jetpack, which he has in all season long. Dude, I really enjoyed the last episode. I like the negotiations that Boba Fett does with the Pikes. More than anything, I what I love is all the callbacks to mafia movies, especially to The Godfather. This is Godfather 1 and 2, right? Michael Corleone's like, our offer, we give you nothing. Boba Fett does the same thing, right? He's like, your blood will like soil the sand. Friggin' amazeballs. You know we're on camera now, goofball.
I know, but I still gotta send this out, bro, man. I get it, but I gotta send this out, man. Anyways, continue. Yes.
Just saying. He's like, oh, thanks. I'm on my phone.
I'm playing Crossing Road, bro. So let me get through it. But no, so yeah, what else? Bro?
Oh man, I enjoyed the performances. The one thing, and I told a friend who loves Star Wars, there's a couple of beats that I feel the Mandalorian like isn't doing, like he gets knocked down and he's taking a little too long to get up. And I know it's because in the next scene, Baby Yoda is going to do something amazing, but like trim it, edit it. You know, you don't need to wait that long for like it when the spider, the Scorpionic is hitting his thigh, and he's like, "Oh, I'm stunned. I can't get up." Like you're the Mandalorian. You can do it, right?
So not being as invested in Star Wars as like, especially our coworker and even you guys maybe, I thought it was cool as fuck. Like it was fun. I made me want to like, watch it every week for sure. There's just certain things I really enjoyed. Like at first I disliked those kids, but then I really like those kids. Like their bikes with the color added some color to the desert landscape. Yeah. Like, but it was almost jarring. And especially when they weren't traveling at very slow speeds, it was cool, like to see their bikes or whatever.
Well, let's be real. I think things looked a little cheap because they saved their money for Luke Skywalker. And that reveal of Luke Skywalker in the second to last episode is amazing, right? They got the guy who does deepfakes from the internet. The one people were like, Lucasfilm should hire you. And guess what? Lucasfilm hired them. Yeah. And he looked much better. I showed it to my parents. I went over the weekend and I said, hey, check this out. And my mom's looking at Luke Skywalker and she's like, oh, it's Luke Skywalker. I said, you don't notice anything weird? And she's like, no. I'm like, what is it, mijo? I'm like, it's Luke Skywalker and it's the year 2022, right? It looks like he's from 1984, 85. Technically, he should be 1989, Luke Skywalker. But I thought the visuals look amazing. You can tell it's still moving the mouth. The mouth is where the technology isn't there yet. But I saw another example of that technology where now you can do it real time. So someone could call via Zoom, via Discord, and it's me talking, but it could be somebody else's face.
What?
Yeah, it's amazing. This technology is scary.
That's how they gonna get me, Steven.
Yeah.
That's
how they gonna get me.
That's crazy scary. Because you already get text messages that are like, hey, you didn't pay your bill on time or whatever. And people fall for those, right? You get emails that people fall for.
I almost fell for that shit the other day. I'm like, am I an 80-year-old woman sending money to a Nigerian prince? It was like, hey, if you don't move over your email to this, you're gonna lose your email. And I was like, shit, am I gonna lose my email? Like I go back a little bit.
I get where you're going. But there are older people who might have an AT&T account because they get their cell phone through AT&T, but then they're getting a text message that's just a little off, but they don't notice.
Yeah.
And now I could possibly get phone calls or FaceTime.
You mean Biden could tell me something
from the president? Like that's what I'm saying.
Guys, all right, I need your help. Come on, man.
That's scary. That's scary. Or more realistic, Trump calls me, right? And I'm a Trumper.
Wait, why is that more realistic, Steven, now that we have video? What are you trying to say, Steven?
Yeah.
Why can't Trump call one of us?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Vin, I'm here to call you. I need your help. My new social platform is not going well. He's going to rake up a whole bunch of money from that new social platform.
I think Steven's just said that the only person calling me and a bark is AOC. I don't know what that means, but I think that's what
she's not going to call me?
Well, you said that. Who's calling you?
Bro.
If Trump's calling you, she ain't calling, bro. But okay.
Well, that's true.
No, but
that's scary. That's scary as shit to me.
How do you stop how do you stop using this for like blackmail and making things?
Yeah.
You as the
Going on TV and saying we're going to send nukes to Russia.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying.
Hypothetically speaking, not that World War III's coming.
No.
Not good. Food.
No, dude, it's what's scary at work is I see all these kids that are joining the armed forces and I'm like that a-hole right now. I'm like, guys, I didn't want to say change your mind because I don't want to change your mind, but I'm just like, it's a possibility. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's crazy. Scary. But anyways,
I get, so to bring us back. So I think that, and Jon Favreau actually spoke to this technology in one of the making of the Mandalorian. He says we have to, as the creators, put ways of making things identifiable. So maybe the mouth movements being off, that's the way, right?
Make it so it looks odd.
It looks odd. Your brain doesn't register. But eventually, one day, the technology is going to be
good enough.
And so for Photoshop, for pictures that are manipulated, there's a software. So you put in the picture and it says, it has all of these things. They put in Kim Kardashian's pictures and they're like, this is Photoshop here.
Wait, you try to tell me that girl's not all natural, bro?
Hey, listen, I don't want to have any beef with anybody. I don't need him to.
You need Kanye to come at us,
yes. Gung-Fu Super Bros.
I just lived in the accident to slap him or whatever. We don't need that. We don't got that kind of juice, bro. But yeah, I get you. But no, it came back all like, whatever, dude. El Gordo showed that to me years ago, bro. When he caught her on the beach when he was hanging from the helicopter from the Gordo de la Flaca. That boy got her years ago in Mexico, bro. I was like, oh my God, that's horrible. Did you ever see those pictures?
No, sir. You know what? Here's the thing. If it's anything like that,
you're just not even bothered.
No. Right now, when I'm on Twitter, I'm like block. I've gotten to the point where I don't care. If you're gonna nuke me. Let me live my last days.
Enjoy
in bliss.
Yeah.
Right. So ultimately, Book of Boba Fett. I think that last episode brought everything together. The only character I wish I would have seen, Machete, he was missing in that one.
Yeah.
He's like, here's your rancor.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. So I love the fact that and I'm sorry, I'm bad with these names, but now I'm all paranoid. I'm all Boba. Boba Fett's helper, how she was gone. And I'm like, where is she? And I kept thinking she was going to be the one. She was going to be the one.
It was a long time to get to where she was going.
But I like that.
Fennec Shand.
Because then when they show him and I'm like, oh shit. Like, yeah, it's Michael, do you take the Lord? They're all getting shot up. I was like, oh, and my son's like, what? I go, just wait for it. And it happens. And I'm like, fuck, yes. She took everybody out. That was so badass.
The hammerhead gets pulled up and hung.
Yeah, dude. So that was super cool.
Hanged.
He's a hanged or hung?
Well, he's technically not a person. He's a sentient being. So when it's a person, it's hanged.
What if
it's an animal? Then it's called John Cena.
Segway, bitch. So, Peacemaker. That was fucking like the greatest segue ever, bro. That wasn't even fucking planned. That happened. Y'all saw it. But no, dude. Okay. So anything else?
Peacemaker. Let's go.
Peacemaker. Okay. Yeah. Dude, what the shit? That was awesome. That was so much effing fun. I enjoyed every episode. My wife enjoyed every episode and I always use that as an example because she's not a fan of this stuff, but she loved it. She didn't even watch Suicide Squad. So I was like, oh man, she's really not gonna. No, she was good. Like she's like, what happened there? And I told her Rick Flag and he was this guy. She's like, okay, cool. I'm in. Go. And then we went and it was so much effing fun. That last episode, oh my God, from Tasty kicking ass to Die Beer just fucking falling and breaking his leg. Everybody seemed to get
like
their
bone sticking out of his leg.
Yeah, so gross. Everybody just seemed to get like, it was cool. It was so cool. The fucking cameo though, just awesome. And almost made me wish that like at some point in time, like James Gunn could do a Justice League movie. Not that it has to be funny all the way through, because I think he has good balance, right?
I want him to do Justice League International with Guy Gardner and
which fits.
Yeah. Who's the host is in it? Batman's in it.
Guy Gardner, shout out to Matty Ice. You know, damn well he'd love that. But
Blue Beetle. The other guy he likes, the guy that's from the future. Oh my God, he's got like yellow glasses. I can picture him in my mind.
Kite Man, Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Okay. Fuck is
Wow.
what? What happened?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
you
blacked
did.
out right there.
Yeah, you did.
But so yeah, like give him something where he can kind of have fun with it, which I guess they did in this. And this is a great example of what he can do with Peacemaker. But the whole thing with the like, and again, man, been propping John Cena up this whole time, but like, dude, those moments of seriousness, those moments of drama, I thought he did a fucking great job. I truly felt that he was a young kid that got hurt by his best friend.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't an adult getting hurt. It's like, fuck you. And then the whole, like, no, like, he's like, that's who he is though. Like he did a good job. And the stuff with the dad was really cool. I fucking love that show. That as of right now, not including anything Batman, because that's just another level, but like DC stuff, I don't think it's even fucking close. That's probably been my favorite. Just hands down DC stuff. What'd you think about it, Stevens?
I really liked it. We didn't get to talk about the cliffhanger with the cow because you hadn't caught up yet. But when they walk in and they see the cow hanging there, I was like, holy shit, that's a big cow.
Is that I just thought about this right now. That's not the little thing that Firestar or Starfire has in Teen Titans Go?
Is it
like a little caterpillar thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I just thought about that right now.
I don't
Anyways,
know. I haven't seen anything about that one.
Okay,
don't
so
know.
anyways, Stevens, what you think?
I really liked it. I liked the way it came together. I liked the character arcs. I liked the parallels between Adebayo and Chris, of course, Peacemaker. It was just funny. It was funny, like Vigilante all the way through. He's
so
fucking funny. Just the way he's ignorant to things, but also like can do this stuff. And then
Which one of us is eagerly?
Yeah.
Can you tell? Like what the
Judo master, like eating chips outside the
Always
Quickie
has
Mart,
Cheetos.
and then freaking kicks ass with his kids.
Like most girls I grew up with in high school always had a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked Mern's story arc.
Mern getting killed as
the butterfly.
He's like,
Yeah, and then even Goff's plea, like the story arc of the butterflies themselves, like Goff's plea,
Super
like
cool.
we're here to help you. Like this is us trying to help save your planet, right? But
Okay. So did you think that kind of was hitting a little close to home during that whole little speech? I was like, ooh.
But I think so we've talked in the past about series we watched that and how they hit you over the head. Like this is hitting you over the head, but in a very entertaining way.
yeah,
Like, hey, we've got these militant right-wing fascists who get their comeuppance, right? We've got, could you say the butterflies are the liberals? And it's like, because we're so polarized, like it's no longer meeting in the middle, which we also talked about, but it's like, it's got to be my way. I know what's right for you guys.
yeah.
Fuck your choice.
And Peacemaker's where we need to be, right in the middle.
Kind of.
He's a hero we need. Maybe not the hero we want.
But
he's
still
stupid.
messed
He's white
up.
trashy.
Still,
Yeah.
Yes,
He lives in a trailer park with an American flag.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's the stuff
That's
with his
painted
brother.
as an American flag, not
Yeah.
just a flag hanging out. It's painted that way.
The stuff with his brother was rough.
That was sad.
Oh my God, dude. Like,
Well, and
ugh.
like the dad blaming him, you're like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like,
you don't want to set him up for this.
yeah, I was just that hit home.
Yeah,
So-
that was cool. I enjoyed it. What'd you think about it, Barker?
I really enjoyed the series. I've heard people say that they were so enthusiastic for Boba Fett because that's their childhood hero, and they were like meh about Peacemaker, but then they have the opposite opinions. They're like, Peacemaker was the greatest thing ever. Boba Fett was kind of meh. I enjoyed them both. The more media you can give me, the more comics you can give me. What I like about the series is it's that they are comic book characters. He embraces the goofiness, right? Both John Cena and James Gunn. The Justice League are in it. People were saying, hey, you asked me the other day, hey, why isn't Batman and Cyborg in it?
Yeah.
Well, and I said, hey, it's probably legal reasons because it's this incarnation of the Justice League, right? So Ben Affleck doesn't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
And the president of the company was like, fuck you, Ray Fisher. Like, you put us on blast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he has total right to do it. Not the president, but Ray Fisher. It's like, dude, you cut me out of the movie. I was the movie, right? And then you have this other guy treating us bad, trying to get all creepy on Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot said, "I'm not having it." She went to human resources. She's like, "Yeah, this fool's doing this and this. I'm Gal Gadot. What you gonna do?"
She probably ran really funny towards the office.
Not on my watch.
I'm just saying, Stevens. Anyways, but
so James Gunn tweeted out and said, "Hey," because they were like, "You're worse than Joss Whedon, James Gunn. How dare you be racist towards Ray Fisher?" And then he's like, "Yeah, like they were in it." The higher up said, "Yeah, take him out."
Yeah.
I don't even know if they got to film the silhouettes. They're like, they're not in it. These fuckers don't want to play with us. We're not going to play with them.
That was awesome.
But yes, the fish joke,
Jesus Christ, dude. The fact that he had something to say about every single superhero.
Oh, it's funny.
Except, like, the only one he didn't diss was Batman, right?
He said he was a pussy because he wouldn't kill.
But what I mean, I guess, compared to what he said about every other, he said some
make it-
horrible
make
shit
it
about
worse.
everybody.
Like Green Arrow with the freaking
But
Hulk.
everything else has been false.
Yeah.
But that's true. Yeah.
And then Economos backs him up on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything else has been false, but that's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just funny how he gave respect. The fact that he gave respect to Batman to me is awesome. But anyways, yeah.
Okay, so I was saying I like that they embrace the stupidness of comic books because they can be super silly sometimes.
Mhm.
And I'm very excited about the Batman that comes out a couple weeks from now, but I don't like. I get that the Riddler is the BTK. He's the serial killer kind of character. I want stupid. Give me animated series Batman. Give me something that's on that level where you embrace it, but it's still badass.
Batman animated series will have a longer life than this Batman movie.
I think
and
so.
it's because of the fact that it's a comic. And it's funny sometimes, and sometimes you're like, oh my God, fish that look like the Joker. But then there's some shows that you're like, dude, you can't get better than when they're playing cards and they're all talking about how they almost got Batman, and you find out Batman's that last guy. It's just the little things. The fact that it made one of the most endearing characters ever in Batman like lore, which with Harley Quinn, like things like that. So you can have a good balance. And I didn't think about that till you said it. I'm like, you're right. The last 3 Batman movies got worse series.
Right, we came from the Nolan trilogy, which are badass. Like Dark Knight is an amazing movie, right? We get Joker, and that's super dark, super 70s. We got a little of this in kind of Justice League and what is it? Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice or whatever they call it. But it's still dark. And I get that Batman's dark, and that comes from Frank Miller and his take on it. But like, we are 40 years removed from Frank Miller now. Like, look at this. Look at the Batman stories Frank Miller is telling now. Like, he's scared. He's scared. He might be a xenophobic person, right? He's scared of the enemy. He's scared of this future that America never got. And so all he does is create this nihilistic world, which works for some Batman stories. But give me Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. When I think that's a tough thing, right? Like for why I love Batman so much, and like my kids like him, but they're seeing Joker. They haven't watched Joker. I'm not gonna watch that, but they're seeing even Batman. What is Batman? Batman Begins, Batman, and then what was the last
Dark Knight, Dark Knight, and then what's the last one? Shoot.
Well, that's what
the Nolan
seen.
trilogy, right?
They've really just seen that. It's a shame that I couldn't show them Adam West and they'd understand it. They wouldn't. They were like, "What the hell is this?" That might be the first thing I ever saw for Batman was Adam West. So I get it. So then when like the Batman animated series does a good job of kind of giving you not Adam West so much, but it's goofy. Like there's times that he does things that like even my son will watch him like, how could that happen? I'm like, bro, it's a comic, dog. What are you doing?
It's not
like,
realistic.
Stop it.
Or give me Challenge of the Super Friends.
Yeah, where it's just a little camp, a little fun. I agree with you. We'll see though. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that thing like the day it pops out because it's Batman. I love it. But you're right, that was a good way to look at it. But I thought the Peacemaker had a great balance. It was emotional when it was emotional. It was the action. Man, Adebayo, when she goes, dude, she was kicking ass, dude. Like Violator, all those guys look really good fighting, man. I
Activate
thought it was really
Torpedo.
Good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So like, it
and
just
gross.
Worked. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was really, really gross. So I forgot to tell you guys this. I'm throwing a curveball in right here. I watched Uncharted this weekend.
You did.
And I will tell you, I'm fucking gonna go on record, best video game movie ever made. It's not even fucking close. It wasn't, and I'm not saying it's, you know what it is? It reminds me like of National Treasure.
Okay.
Where it's not Indiana Jones. It's because Indiana Jones is gonna be Indiana Jones. But they do a better job than National Treasure. But it's good. It's formulaic. Yeah, I get it. But Tom Holland's a badass. He worked for me as young Nathan Drake. And I love the fact that actually Enrique was telling me about this. When this first got casted, Mark Wahlberg was Nathan Drake. And they were thinking that Robert De Niro was going to be Sully. So then like it goes away.
They're doing the older version.
Yeah, the version that we see in the games. So I think they started and stopped quite a few times. Like this was going and stopping and all that. So then they give him a call.
Did he not ruin Max Payne already?
Well, right. But well, this is better than Max Payne. I will tell you that. So then they call him. They're like, man, we're back on. He's like, cool. So who's Sully? And they're like, you. And he's like, wait, what? We got Tom Holland. Oh, I'm the old guy. He talked about it on Dan Patrick where he was like,
but I heard
I'm
they
the old guy.
have great chemistry. Like I heard
awesome.
it's good.
It's buddy cop. They go back and forth like, oh yeah, we're almost the same height.
Is it like the other? Is it as good as the other guys?
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. That's Will Ferrell. Calm the fuck down. That's Will Ferrell. There's levels to this. But no, it was a lot of fun. Antonio Banderas' character was cool.
Oh, he's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's a bad guy in it, and he talks like this. So it's always good when he does that. He's looking older, but still looks fucking handsome as fuck, dude. Like,
he's probably
it's
60
ridiculous.
something.
He's gonna be in I think he's one of the bad guys in Indiana Jones 5. Or is this 4? Because I've only seen 3
We've only
of them.
seen 3. We haven't seen. Really, he's one of the bad guys in that.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So then one of the things that I really liked that this movie did, though, is it gave, which a lot of movies do, but it was cool in the way they gave a shout out to, hey, you played this game before? When he lifts her, he's going to lift her just like you do it in the game. And you do that so much that you're like, yeah. So he did that like a few times where you're like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like I played this, I understand. One of the cool, this is totally spoiler alert right here, guys. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nolan North, which is a voice of Drake, is in the movie, and it's a real cool little scene. Like it comes out, and he's like, "Oh, that's happened to me before," and they're like, "What?" And then they walk off. I was like, "That's dope as shit!" Like that was super cool. I had an awesome extra scene where one of the guys from Game of Thrones is going to be, I think, the villain in the next one, if it has the next one. But I heard it did well. So hopefully there is. So they got the next villain going on.
It's the White Walker himself. He's like,
so yeah, they're moving forward with it, and yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. So if you have not checked it out, I took the whole fam. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. It was fun. Yeah, easily best video game movie I think ever made. Like it was cool.
My sister loved it. They've played all those too. She really liked it.
Yeah, the games play like awesome movies. So to see those big set pieces and like have that happen, that was really, really cool. So I enjoyed it. Yeah. So is Antonio Banderas popping up? Do we have anything?
61.
Really?
61.
Yes, did I thank you? I
looked it up because I was like, how old is he? Yeah, 61.
Damn, Antonio Banderas. So he was in his like.
So he's starting to look his
when
age.
he was. How long ago is
that's 30 years ago, bro?
Jesus Christ. So he was 30s. Okay, goddamn. I can't. Everything past like 10 years, I can't fucking put it together.
When he was the Spy Kids?
Yeah, there you go, Spy Kids. So then, so this got me excited thinking like, what other things are popping up? What's happening? Well, Netflix is making a Bioshock show. And Bioshock is one of, if not my favorite games ever played. Yes, bro.
You know what? That worries me a little bit because they pulled the plug on I was going to call it Samurai Champloo. No, the other one.
The recent one. Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's not happening?
No, they one season and that's it.
They canceled it.
I see what you're saying.
So I can see them. That seems like an expensive show.
It will be very expensive. If it's done right, I guess, right? Yes. Yeah, with the big daddies, underwater worlds, all that stuff.
Movie or series they're making?
So new game coming out, not by the company that made it, but it's the people that were in that company and made their own company. So it is by them, but not by can't remember the company it is. So new game, which I'm super doped about that because the last one, Infinity, was amazing, and a series on Netflix. They're working on all that, and they have the people that make the games are involved with the series. So I again, one of the greatest, I think, surprises ever in a game. I played all 3 of them. I enjoyed them. The weirdness, the whole play on society, like, oh, we're rich, we're gonna go underwater to get away from all this trash, and then you find out no, and then the big daddies and the little girls, and the way you could be evil, you could be good, and they made a difference in the game. And
you mean if there was a rich millionaire that was a billionaire that was making rockets and wanted to colonize Mars because that's going to be better,
yeah,
and then we're left here?
Yeah.
Apparently, these people don't watch any science fiction. They
or
never
play
read
any
a
video
book,
games,
anything, right?
Again, to find out that this shit's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
You got the Mexicans building it, and then they're like, "Sorry, you can't go."
Yeah, and we're like, and they're like, "All right, dude, peace, nah, we're good, bro." But yeah, it's a great game, so I'm really excited. But now, Cowboy Bebop, I never watched it. I had a buddy who is into anime. Oh, the Italian Stallion. He said it was ass. He didn't care for it.
Yes.
He said it was not good.
But you think you spend all this money to create that universe, you're at least going to buy a second season of it to amortize all the costumes, the sets, all of that stuff. But no, they're like, no, we're pulling it. We're not getting the views we want.
Did you watch it?
I have not. I mean, that's the problem.
I watched it, but never saw the original, so I don't know what to compare it to. That's all I've seen.
Interesting. I don't know. I mean, you're right. Like, if you're going to build this underwater world and going to go through all this trouble to make this, you would hope you have more than one season. But I mean, I think that's one thing we're noticing with having all these streaming services is like, if it doesn't hit,
they get rid of it right away.
They get rid of it, right? And I don't know what they're like. It'd be interesting to know what their number is.
Yeah.
Like what makes it successful and what doesn't make it successful.
Well, and how much of that, like, I suppose because a lot of that is now digital, right? Like the environments are not really the environments. Here, you filming Mandalorian, you're not even in any environment. You're in a big blue room.
No, they're not in the big room. They have their own. They have a studio that is a giant LED screen, a giant LED roof. And so what they have to do is they do all of the backgrounds first, and then they'll film the Mandalorian in front of him because he's got all that metal armor. So no longer, you don't have to take all that green out. What's reflected in the screens is what's reflected in the armor. So if they have something like that, but again, that's ILM thinking ahead. Hey, we can use this not just for this show, for all our other Star Wars shows, and then we can offer it to other companies, other productions to create this cool environment.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the cost of the digital has come down a bit because it's being used more and more. And they're finding ways to make it more effective.
And if you get one hit, you can take 10 losses.
Maybe.
Depending on how big the hit is. Because like there's something on, oh man, I don't even remember. I think it's Peacock. I have them all. It's bad. But it's like the Miss Pat show. She's a hilarious comedian. Rogan was the first time I heard about her. Started seeing some of her. She's fucking hilarious. She was on that Burt Kreischer show where they would go up to the mountains and just spend time out there with the woods. Oh, yeah. And I guess she was horrible to Kelly. What's Kelly? Where's it? The girl from Coco, yeah. And she's like, you never watched
Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang. She's like, nah, I never watched that shit. Because she was like, I wasn't trying to be mean. Like, she goes, like, that's not my fucking show. And people were hating on her and stuff on the show, whatever. But anyways, saw the first series, almost watched it in one sitting, loved it. And I'm like, I wonder if it's going to be back. Because a lot of these things, if they don't reach whatever that number is or whatever they're supposed to get to, you never know. So it'll be interesting though, man. But I mean, again, totally enjoyed this. Hopefully Bioshock works through. I mean, we talked about it last time. Maybe if we ever get Enrique back, I know he's excited for freaking Halo and all that stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. And like you said, in the end all be all, I mean, we're getting new stuff, right? Like, cool. Not the time where you grew up and you're like, hey man, I heard they're making a Blade movie. Like, is that a comic? Like that's all you had for like a year. Like you're like, and that was it.
Speaking of comics, breaking news: the Marvel Netflix shows are gonna be on Disney Plus starting March 16th.
To view.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Netflix losing them completely?
Yeah, I think they're already gone.
Oh, Netflix. Wow. Okay, so then if they wanted to continue and bring other people in,
so the Punisher, Jessica Jones. All of the Defenders.
Yeah. Hey, man.
We can watch a different Iron Fist.
Hey, speaking of Iron Fist, we'll be back after this break. Hey guys, so that was a trailer for
same thing you do all the time, bro.
Just make it fucking happen. Hey, that was a trailer for King Boxer, aka the Five Fingers of Death, aka, and I don't know. That's the only two fucking things I knew about. Hey, yo, Barca. Hit him with the back of the box.
Hey guys, King Boxer 1972, the talented Kung Fu student Chihao is training with his teacher for the upcoming championship. There, Chihao not only wants to win the trophy, but also take revenge on the murder of his old teacher This tale of an honorable fighter's training in the Iron Palm style became the first international martial arts movie hit and made a continent-spanning star of Lolai months before Enter the Dragon premiered. Directed by Chang Ha-jung, stars Lolai as Chi Hao, Ping Wang as Sung Ying Ying, Song Chao as Okada, Sukho Nam as Han Lung, and Shen Chan as Wang Hang Chi. Enrique, which,
Wait, but man, have we got anything for him? Dude, no, not yet, man.
No,
All right,
no.
we'll see a little bit later, man. We'll see if we can get a hold of him or something. Maybe they let him talk to us for a little bit or something. But okay, this movie. It's a Shaw Brothers movie. It is a
Yes,
Shaw
it
Brothers.
is.
Shaw
It is
Brothers
a Shaw Brothers
movie.
movie. Okay, I want
Do
you.
you want a fun fact before you get started?
Yes, but before you give me a fun fact, I want you to do 3 other things while you give me a fun fact.
Dang.
Can you look up? I just want you to type in first international kung fu hit. But give us a fun fact while you're doing that. What's the fun fact, Steve?
also, can I get some juice?
Can I get a shake?
I got you right now
All
because
right, what is it?
I know the fact off the top of my head.
What is it?
Bolo Young is a Mongolian fighter in this movie.
Oh, you think I didn't know that?
Oh, come
You
on,
don't
man.
think that was
You
like
checked the
look,
IMDb?
hold on.
With
No, I
those
did not.
eyebrows?
Mongolian fighter / Bolo. That's what I put in my notes. I didn't have to look at that. I could tell by his
dang,
chesticles.
dang.
I could see that motherfucker was Bolo, bro. I was like, oh, that motherfucking young Bolo right there. Dude, I could tell that was him. All right. Yeah, that was. It was. He was a Mongolian fighter.
I put first international
wonder what comes up, yeah.
kung fu hit.
Mhm.
It just says kung fu film.
You heard it here first, guys. Kung Fu film.
Kung Fu film. The first international Kung Fu movie.
And then
hit.
it's kung fu fighting
Do you think everybody was doing that?
Is it Fast as
in
Lightning?
1974. Hell yeah. Yeah. So what? Do you want me to find like the?
No, I was just wondering because that's a bold thing to say on your fucking tagline there. Like you were the first one, and you were saying that, Barker, that probably means it was the first movie to be brought over to the States.
Yes.
At the same time, it was like playing in mainland China. China. Jesus fucking Christ. In mainland China or whatever.
No, but isn't Enter the Dragon 1975?
But this is before that, right?
Yes. But it's like months before it comes over.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I need to ask you a question, Barker.
Yes, sir.
So this is after like 36 Chamber. This is after that kind of stuff too, right?
No.
No?
This is 1972.
Oh, okay. All right. Because
So this is early in that grindhouse
got you.
cinema movement, right? So we got blaxploitation at the same time, and we got kung fu, and there's this crossover.
The fight scenes, not just fight scenes, but the fight scenes were edited very weird in this movie.
They're still doing that old style where it's just a master, and people are just they're doing their move, doof, going back and forth, and then you do your thing, and then I come back, and there's not that moving camera. There's not that fluid thing that
Lots
That's
of
what it is.
cuts and edits is what I
Yes.
noticed too.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying any of these people couldn't kick my ass in a fight. I'm sure they all could. But I did not believe that any one of these, including Lei Lo or Lo Lei, was an actual martial artist. You see all our guys from the Fight Deadly Venoms. You see Bruce Lee. You see Jackie Chan. You see any of these guys. You know they can kick ass. I didn't feel like anybody in this movie could kick ass because of the way it was edited. It made it look... I have a thing. If you go back... it's going to connect. If you go back and you see 112 videos, every time they were dancing, they were quick and fast edits. I don't think anybody in fucking 112 can dance. Please don't kick my ass if you guys ever see me anywhere. I am going to North Carolina. It's over there somewhere. But please don't kick my ass. I don't think they could dance because they made it like when you see an Usher video, you see a Michael Jackson, they're showing you the scene. With them, it was always like very quick. And I'm like, oh, y'all can't dance.
I think I might have. I have an idea. I think that this movie is edited slower because there is no frame of reference. So people get this and they're like, this is really cool, but they probably have that same argument. Dude, like, I wish this was a little faster. And so as more movies come in, you start seeing much more visceral fights. You start seeing quicker punches, quicker edits. So this is the first one then.
That's why I guess I was asking that to Stevens, because if it is the first, well then okay, right? Like okay, and then we noticed that things were stolen from this movie that were stolen from somewhere else too. But there were things we could tell, like oh okay, and we've seen a lot of what happens in this movie in other movies, so I get that. But it was just a little jarring with the fight scenes for sure, man. You got something over there, Stevens?
Well, I'm just kind of looking more into like this international and when it came over and stuff, and it did come over in 1973. To America, I mean, and it was released in 1972 in Asia.
Okay.
It is international in the sense that it's a Hong Kong movie directed by a Korean, starring Indonesian-born actor. So it is Asian movie. I knew it.
I was like, this guy looks like young Tony Jaa.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it is international in that sense. And I would say, I don't know that it's necessarily first Kung Fu movie that we got over here, but early on, just from other stuff that I haven't read, like I just said, I just started looking right now, but it appears that it might be the first big hit, and it did well. Like it says box office here, it earned $4 million in American and Canadian rentals, second highest grossing film of the genre in the US in 1973 after Enter the Dragon with rentals of $4.25 million. It exceeded $10 million US dollars in worldwide rentals by October of 1973 and went on to earn 4.6 in just North American rentals. So it seemed to do very well here and seemed to be accepted well over there as well.
And they ain't joking about Lay Low becoming this dude, because this man has 239 credits. I was looking at that. He has bangers known as Sex and Zen.
Ooh.
Dirty Ho.
Yeah, he does.
And that's as far as I got, because I was just really stuck out.
You just got to Dirty Ho.
I just got Dirty Ho and stuff. But no, 36 Chamber of Shaolin.
Yeah.
You know, so there. I mean, this man has a ton of. He has Bruce Fingers. Just gonna leave it at that. Fist of Fury 2.
Yeah.
So is he Bruce Lee in Fist of Fury 2?
Kind of.
I mean, you know, so he has a ton of effing The Furious Killers, The Kiss of Death. Like, he's got a ton of stuff.
He's got some Jackie Chan crossover in Super Cop.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, man, this man, I mean, he was busy. This man put in work. But all right, so let's get to the movie, guys. I was just wondering, and yeah, born in Indonesia to Cantonese parents. And he went over to Hong Kong in his teens.
Yep.
That's really, really cool. And he was straight at the acting school, the whole nine, joined the Shaw Brothers. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so and they're saying here, he was the guy that he was the one that first took over Bruce Lee's spot. Kind of like when Bruce Lee passed, they try to make him the dude. Interesting. All right, so we get that beautiful Shaw Brothers intro. We got that shield with the SB on it. It's awesome. We get into there was a lot of talk of this tournament throughout the movie.
Yes,
this tournament seemed to be very important. I was expecting the
like 4
Kumite.
years from now.
I thought it was Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, the Kumite. So many different movies that we've had that kind of have a tournament of some sort, whatever it is, right? Fast forward to this movie, this tournament was shit.
I think the tournament in Sidekicks was more organized and had more people.
You heard it here first. Sidekicks is a better movie than this movie, is what Mark is saying. But right from the beginning, we hear about this tournament. We meet Ying Yang. We meet Ying Yang's father, who is actually the Lay Low's master.
Yes.
Right. And we find out from the beginning, it's kind of an interesting little story, the way they talk about it. Right. Well, no, Liling's father's back. He's coming back.
Yes. He's walking back with his buddy. And
he almost gets killed.
Yes.
He gets jumped. Right. He handles himself, but it took him a while and he got severely hurt. Our boys, Lalo and his buddy, and I forget that guy's name, saved the day. Right. They kind of save him. And he has a bit of an epiphany in that moment, you know, where he talks about like, man, like maybe I was mad at this. Because no, they're having dinner together and they talk about, hey, man, you've been practicing with this other guy, right? Yeah, you know, but they're real nice to each other. Really cool. Like, yeah, man, but I can't beat you. And he's like, stop it. I couldn't beat you. And he's like, well, why don't we just let's spar. Let's see who's better. And in the sparring, our Lalo gets beat.
I have slow fight in the front yard.
Oh, my God, it is very slow. But he gets beat. Yeah. And then they stop it really quick where I'm assuming Laylo got beat, but I only know that Laylo got beat by the conversation they had after. But it really looked like anybody won.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It was a tie.
Right?
I thought he was stopping it because I was like, okay, I've seen it.
He's like, he knew I didn't want to watch this. So
he's like, I know where this is going, man. I'm 6 moves ahead. Fuck it, you're gonna get your ass whooped. So then the master basically tells him, hey man, I was mad when this guy left me. But I realize now, and I kept you here because I thought you were gonna be the best. But you've been with me while he's been with this other guy, and he's light years ahead of you. Like he tells him straight out, bro.
You suck.
You suck. And it's because of me though. Mm-hmm. And I can't have your sorry ass marrying my daughter. He didn't say that, but that's what he was saying. Like, right?
Wow, I didn't really get that either, but okay.
Right? Because I can't have my daughter walking around with you, chump. You suck. You got your ass kicked in the second round of this tournament, which there was like 2 rounds. This tournament sucked. I will continue saying.
Can we not go back to the fact that it was 4 years later?
Was it 4 years later?
I feel like it was 4 years later.
It was not 4 years later.
It was 27 days.
It was. It was my hands being broken to death and healing completely. It is 4 years later.
That is true. How long did these Japanese people take to come over to Hong Kong? It could have been fucking years, bro.
It's a straight shot from one island to the next.
It's still time. Weeks.
No, they made it seem like it was 3 months away.
All right, on the count of 3, how long was it from the beginning of the movie to the tournament? 1, 2, 3, 4
3
days.
years.
It felt like it was right away, Stevens.
No, it didn't.
6 months. 6 months.
So this tournament took anywhere from 4 days to 4 years, maybe 6 months. What I mean is, I'm exaggerating the 4 days, but I understand what you're saying. But the whole movie was slow.
Yeah, I get you.
I felt like it was a few weeks. Like I really felt like
it was supposed to be sooner.
And it
but then when you realize he was sent to train with him, you're like, okay, well, that's not just like a 2-week thing. Like I'm sending you to train with him.
Yeah, but I don't feel
and live with him and train with him. I don't feel it was
4 years.
But it didn't do the thing that.
But it was a long time because even when he first gets there and he's carrying the stuff around because he's got to do the wax on, wax off stuff.
Whoa. Hey, right? I agree with you on that. Okay. I think Karate Kid was whoever made Karate Kid saw this movie and was like,
well, I've seen you working your butt off. I've seen that you really want to be here. That was weeks because he was like, in the weeks that you've been here.
That was weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 4 weeks where he's doing that.
You've been here.
And then there was a month where his hands had to heal.
A month. But his hands were broken.
Ancient Chinese secret.
I think you're giving this too much credit because most of these movies do a great job of telling you, hey man, like Crippled Avengers. You guys have been here 4 years.
Yeah.
It didn't do that. So
no, it was completely like, and I say that because I have no idea.
It all happened in one day. Like we don't even fucking know. Like
could have been.
They brought him that medicine for his hands. He got better, and then
he put on some Tiger Balm. I had this little white boy that played baseball with me at Harvard High, and that fool put Tiger Balm on everything. I don't remember his fucking name, but this boy put Tiger Balm on, and he swore like, "Hey, bro, I bought this at like the store, man. They sell Mogwais and shit, and you put Tiger Balm on everything, dude." And I was like, "Bro, what are you fucking doing?" It was insane. This motherfucker lived by the Tiger Balm. So I'm just saying, it helped this guy get through JV baseball.
Then maybe it was 4 days. I'll give it 6 months, but
we'll see. So one cool thing that this movie, the ending of this movie is fucking wacky. But let's hold on, let's get there. Okay. So the master is cool in saying like, hey man, like I robbed you for opportunity to go with this guy because I was selfish. I want you to go now. But the character like Chi-Hao was like, dude, I can't leave you. You took me in when my parents died.
Yeah.
And I'm digging the guts out of your daughter. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like that's what everybody knew, bro.
I can't leave yin yang.
I can't leave the yin yang, baby. I'm smashing. So like, right? But he's like, you ain't gonna smashing anymore because you suck at karate. So then they go, whatever. But he's like, man, you'll be the champion of Hubei. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Because champion.
Because in other movies, you're like, this is our town. This is this region. And you're like, all right.
This line didn't hit as good as Fearless. Right? Like where he's like, the champion. Like it didn't hit as hard.
It had a crazy guy coming in though.
It did. So then we get the fucking craziest tears ever.
The tears that you can't wipe away?
That don't move. She had 2 tears that stopped right at the middle of her cheek, and they never moved. No matter how many times she fucking moved her face, that tear, it was a gel, right?
He rubbed her. He went like this. So he's like,
And the tear was still just bubbling up right there. That shit, you couldn't just splash some water?
no.
Get some Visine real quick and drop it down the eyeball?
That's just money.
Oh my God. That shit was almost as bad as that fucking blood.
They had some Carol syrup. She let it dry.
Okay. So then we see the thugs. We meet the thugs of the town, like the boss of the town.
Bro, I want one of the. I wish I could rock his pajama outfit.
His vest game was fucking strong in this movie. Who is that motherfucker? I didn't even get a name. I just called him the boss's son throughout my notes.
I don't know what his name. Let me see if I can figure out
His
which one.
vest game is fucking incredible. Stevens, when you put that YouTube video up, I want vest. I want pictures of his vest.
I want to be wearing the vest.
He looked like a pedo.
Not that part down the middle. And
That was a little wacky, but there was just scenes where he would stand there with this vest, and I'm like, boy, that vest. Like, it was fucking killing the game. The vests were. I thought.
This gang's walking the streets. They're stealing apples. They're like
slapping the shit out of dudes.
Get your cart out of here.
Yo, you carrying chickens, bitch? Slap. And just slapping the shit out of that. That's my note. He slapped the shit out of the chicken guy. He just slapped the fuck out of him. Then they get to this sideshow. A thing where this guy has brought over a Mongolian fighter. Shout out to Bolo Young. Looking like a badass as always. But he is smaller here.
Yes.
He is way more defined, like ripped in this movie, to where when I think of him, I think of this huge broad chest, right? So he's younger, whatever, and he kicks the shit out of some guy. So there is a gentleman, I called him, what the fuck was my name for him? Bald. I think I just called him bald guy, but there's a guy that is balding in the front.
Oh,
what did you call him?
Rice hat.
Okay. So he's just chilling there watching it, and he's like, all right, you beat the shit out of him. Why don't you fight me now?
The other guy I called Cartwright. Because they just said a name. I was like, did he say Cartwright?
Did he say Cartwright? And bald guy just beats the hell out of him. All right? Like, it wasn't even a close fight. And we never see Bolo Young again, which I was like, oh, man, that's Bolo Young. But
you think he'd be in the tournament, but no.
No, because his tournament sucked. But then he, like the boss's son with this vest and whatever he was rocking the PJs at one time, right?
Yes.
They step up to each other like, let's go then, right? So they don't fight though, because the boss shows up and everybody's like, oh my God, don't call anyone in. They're doing the whole thing. And he's like, hey, save it. Let's go have dinner.
Yeah.
Pause. Did you believe at any point in time that the boss's son could actually fight?
No, first of all, why is the son older than the dad?
It's like those kids at our school that have tias, but they're younger than them. Oh, that's my tia. How old is she? She's 2 years younger than me.
I was like, that's your dad? Yeah. This guy had Mino lines on his forehead.
Yeah.
And dad's like, hey, look at me. I look so young.
Well, it's when you're the boss, man. You
I guess
carry
so.
it. You carry it. But did you believe that guy could fight?
No, I was
Not
surprised.
at all.
I was surprised when he's like, oh, no, my son's fighting. You're like, wait, your son?
I was like, throw the damn towel. Throw the towel. Like, I was like, this shit's going to be like Rocky IV.
I didn't think he could fight really either.
At all.
I thought he was kind of like, oh, I'll make you like the mob boss of this group or whatever. Because
did you guys believe that anybody in this movie could fight? Bolo Young.
Han.
Oh, the friend. Yeah.
No. The Sideburns.
Yeah.
Sideburns and the friend.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
it looked different, but by the end of it, I was feeling like they could all fight.
You mean the dark fight? Let's continue. So then they invite him to dinner, and we find out that Baldy becomes friends with the boss.
Yeah.
For what fucking reason?
It's not explained. It's just like, hey, I need a job. Okay, you got it.
But this guy's gonna beat your son's ass at the tournament, isn't he? Or did he make him a friend to take him out of the tournament? Oh, he's talking about that right now.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Don't write a better movie.
Sorry. So then, okay. Then we get introduced, and he invites them to be friends and leaves them with the ladies and like, oh, they doing that thing or whatever. But then we get the sexy singer.
Shoot.
Can you sing anything like she did in that?
No, not on camera, not on this. All I know, she was banging the shit out of that little drum.
Oh my God. It was fucking horrible. It sounded like screeching when she would sing.
I don't think that. I think it was beautiful, guys.
Fuck you.
This was
Watch
beautiful.
This movie. Tell me that shit sounded beautiful. Maybe it was just the 1970s sound quality, but that shit was bad.
I think that was the part that wasn't dubbed, right? Like, so you have all this stuff that's
I love
dubbed,
that traditional song.
and then it's the traditional song, and then it's dubbed back in. And so it just, maybe it wasn't her singing after all. Maybe it was just the sound quality of the original
She plays like Meg
movie.
White, just doom, 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 doom.
I don't care that the song, look, I'm just telling you. No.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, so my wife is fucking watching, the one where they don't see each other till they're like gonna get married.
Oh, the
90 Day Fiancé?
No.
It's
on
one where
Netflix.
like you can talk to each other through a thing, but you don't see each other, right?
Yes. Whatever the fuck that is.
Well,
Think
yeah,
about it, Stevens, whatever it is. So at one
Glory
point,
hole marriages?
oh, hey. Our marriages. You just might have came up with a show, bro.
Call me. Netflix. I know where your building's at.
Stevens will come up with the name of that. Love is Blind? Love is Blind.
Oh, that's it.
Love is Blind.
That's it.
I can't remember
Damn
shit.
it. You were faster than me typing
Can't remember
it in.
anything else, but I fucking have that. So it's Love is Blind season 2. And at some point they meet each other. Then out there, it's like they blind date, they live together, they get married. So anyways, there's a point to my story. So she's like, oh, he sings mariachi music. And the guy gets his little guitar out with his roommate and he's singing it. A very traditional Mexican song. It was shit, bro. He's like, si no se dejan. It was me singing it, bro. I'm like, this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck that it was a traditional song. She can't sing. I'm going to say that out loud, bro. She cannot sing. It sounded like ass.
Listen, if I was on The Voice, I would not turn around.
That's what I'm saying.
I would not turn around.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. We can agree to that. I will agree. She's not our girl from Jackie Chan's movie who was a pop singer.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
I mean, she sounded better crying than this girl did singing. That being said, she's a sexy in the movie, I'm assuming, right? Because the thugs come up and they're like, hey, we want to take you to our room.
I'm going to find out if she's a pop star.
Please, I want to see if she is.
I want to sue that girl.
Yeah, that was kind of fucking gross. Like,
first of all, this movie reminds me of all the stories my grandfather told me about Mexico.
Why is that?
Where it's small towns and just everybody's fighting. But in my grandpa's stories, they're like, and so we were over at my primo's wedding, and then his cousin just took out a 38 special and just blew his brains out.
Hey, you got one of those too? So my uncle got shot like in front of his house. Well, his house, look at me. In front of his ranch, right? And then word on the street is all the brothers got up. They fucking made up. Oh shit, my dad was part of a posse. They got a posse. 1940 ranch in Mexico, guys.
Yeah,
you gotta understand
yes.
this. Yeah, like super and his body. And they got a posse and they went to the other ranch. And that's where the story always ends. Nobody talks about what happened at that other ranch.
And then we don't talk about Bruno anymore.
We don't talk about it anymore. Interesting. So that's what this reminds you of. Yes.
Just so you know.
Oh shit. How many hit singles did this girl have? She's a Madonna of all of a sudden she's a Madonna of China again?
Actually, I cannot find any information on her.
Madonna's a yin yang of China. What are you talking about?
That's what it is.
She was in 4 movies and
She didn't fucking sing in another
born
one.
in 47. That's all I know.
Wait, I bet you she didn't sing in another fucking movie. I'm gonna bet you right now. So here comes a guy who's like, hey, I want to fucking take you to my room. He's a guy at the fair. Hey, ven pa acá. He's doing that shit, right? Super
Mommy.
bro, super whatever.
Mommy.
So,
Hey.
but our boy's there. Our boy's there, Chow, and he saves the day. He beats the shit out of these thugs.
Yeah,
Because
because
they're not.
she runs to the end. She's like,
How does she run the fuck? So she runs.
Hold on, let me make a note of that time code.
That's gonna be zoomed in.
Wow.
No, he saves the day, and then she's like, "Well, we're going to the same place. Why don't you ride with me?" And am I wrong to say my notes? I think very poetically I put in my notes. Man, she throwing pussy at him. Am I wrong to say that?
Oh, she was wanting some.
And man, our boy Chow's like, no, okay. Chow had better defense against his pussy than he did in any of his fucking fights. That was really his iron fist. No. He just like bat the pussy away the whole time because he didn't want any of it because he was thinking of Ling Ling. Like, does he even fucking have a flashback or am I crazy?
no, that's in a different.
No, Ling Ling sends him a letter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, like she sends him.
No, he sends her. He sends he gets a letter, but then
They
he sends a letter.
correspond. I think both get a letter.
Dear Ling Ling, this singer throwing pussy at me. And I'm like, no. Like, basically, right? Like, that's what it, because she was ready to go.
Oh, yeah, no, just because they stop on the way somewhere and they're sleeping and there's like coyotes somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
I'm so scared.
It's just like, let me sit next to you. And it's like, but your dad is right there. Or I don't know. These characters don't have any agency in this movie at all.
Yeah, dude, it was weird. She jumped in the sleeping bag next. I don't even fuck they were sleeping, but she jumped right to his bedside, right?
She moved closer, and then the next time she moved like right next to him, and then he was like, he kind of looks back.
Well, she grabbed his
dogs
wang.
do that every night.
Yeah,
she grabbed his wang. And he's like, hey.
Did she grab his wing?
No.
Oh, like, shit, did I miss
Because it seemed like that was reaction.
He got up real quick. He's like, hey, you're safe. Don't worry about it. I'll be fucking karate over here.
you can go back and sleep. We'll be fine. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just fucking doing kung fu over here. Yeah, that's what it is. God, this fucking movie. All right, so then,
So he goes to the school now.
yes, he goes to the school. He starts working the kitchen.
Well, no, he's like, hey.
Well, he has to train. Yeah.
He's like, hey, I want to be part of your school. He's like, all right, cool. All right, let's
Take on
spar.
our boy here.
And then gets his ass kicked
By the...
by his sideburns, isn't it?
Yeah, but with the wrestling move, because he does like the thing where he puts his legs around his head and then he's like gonna flip him over, and I'm like, this fucking dude's a luchador all of a sudden. Like,
Hey,
it was like, I'm just saying. But yeah, he gets his ass kicked, so then he has to work the kitchen. And this is a point where I was when Stevens made that comment, I really felt that way. I really felt like this was wax on, wax off. Right? It's like, carry this and let me throw this at and do this, let me do this. I'm like, and then he even brings it back later where he's like, all the things you were doing in the kitchen were actually just to get you ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering if somebody who did Karate Kid was kind of like, dude, I saw this movie one time, but we're going to go over the top with it, and do the whole wax on, wax off.
Maybe. Because everything pulls from everything,
somewhere.
right? At some point.
Nothing's out of okay. So he joins the class. Now he's actually in the class. This is maybe 2 days later or maybe a year later, depending on who you believe in the story.
Or 4 years later. Oh.
So then our boy Leilu Chao Ching Hao goes to a bar to pick up wine for everybody.
Yes.
And he gets punked. Right? Like, he just gets punked. And it causes the people to get pissed and go to his school. Right? Like, I kind of was like, if they already punked him at the bar, why did they follow him and beat his ass even more?
I think that was like a scene later.
He's humiliated at the bar.
Mm-hmm. Then my next note is they raid the school with Megamind. That's what I started calling this motherfucker. I call him Megamind.
I have five head.
Okay.
Five head arrives at the school. And he kicks everybody's ass.
He beats the shit out
he
of
does come everybody.
I guess. And then Chihao's like, hey, I heard you're a coward. You didn't fight back.
Yeah, exactly. They call him out. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, it was, I don't know, the middle of this movie was weird. It was just kind of like, what?
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, when that dude turned.
Yo, hold on, let's get there. So then Megamind beats the shit out of Leilu. Beats the shit out of him. Beats the shit out of everybody.
About that.
So then he almost kills the master. I mean, he literally beat the shit out of everybody because he almost killed the master by kind of tricking him. Right?
Yeah.
And then like he headbutts him and he's like,
oh, he did that like, whoop.
Yeah.
Kind of
he beats him.
His like special power was that headbutt or whatever. Because like his first few fights that's like how he won everything.
I mean, well, he has a lot on his mind. That's why.
Yeah. See what he did there? Do they ever call him Ironhead? No, huh? I just would have known. Okay. So then as the dude's laying there in his deathbed, he professes to Chow like, you're the one. Here, take this book, which gave me a shout out.
No,
to,
but you're skipping the thing.
Oh, what did I skip?
So Chihao then he gets so mad, he does a little Arthur hand and he balls it up into a fist.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the bar and he pours wine
Yes.
on Megamind.
Yeah.
And then they battle. And then Megamind loses that battle.
That's when he comes back. That's what it was. Because they
Shit,
said he got punked and didn't stand up for the school or whatever.
Yes.
And he overhears that. And then he goes back to be like, I'll stand up for the school.
I ain't no punk.
Yeah.
And he beats up Megamind?
He fights them or whatever.
So he stands his ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then this leads to the old man saying you're the one.
Yes, he's
And shout out to Stephen Chow and I thought about those movies. I'm like, oh shit, he gave him a little book. That was super cool.
Take this iron fist manual.
Yeah.
That no one must know, but it's bound in black pages.
Yeah, exactly. So he gets it, and this might have been like this might have been my favorite part of the movie is him like hitting the sand, the hot sand and all that stuff. And I thought they were going to show more training, but they showed some. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But we see that Hans gets really jealous.
Yeah.
Like he's like, why him and not me kind of a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we see that. This is where the letter gets sent home. There's a whole flashback between him, well, not flashback, but him and Ying Ying are corresponding.
Ying Ying is a friggin' Dreamweaver sequence over
Oh
here.
my God, yes. When she's reading this letter, right? Little does she know there's fucking, I don't know, who's a singer? Give me a singer right now. Because obviously
Right
this
now?
lady's fucking
Ariana
the best.
Grande?
Little Uzi Vert.
Ariana Grande's over here throwing pussy at this guy, right?
Yeah.
She's reading that letter home, and it goes to the fucking cheesiest running through the field to hug each other part of the movie. Like, is this for like nothing else in the movie was funny, or I think didn't try to be funny. Was this funny, or was this just like, hey, dude, you know what's gonna hit right now?
I think this is very endearing right now. I think you need to see Ying
God,
Yang.
it makes it worse and great at the same time. Really?
I think if you think about some of those movies at that time, that was the thing that was the we're gonna be together thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheesy, but yeah.
Wow, you had me fucking rolling, but I don't think you had
Because I don't think anything else in this movie's funny.
You didn't feel the love.
Right?
I did it because I knew what was happening in the
love
background.
between them.
J-Lo was laying right next to his ass.
This reminded me of a commercial for Super Smash Brothers where it's like, remember me and you, and all the characters are running towards each other, and then they start whooping at each other.
That's awesome. So then we get Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, for no reason. Like, we just called you over. Why do they always run into the Japanese? Like, some of these people always go into the Japanese for help.
You're right. It seems like the bad guys, that's the way they always go.
Well, I mean,
And I get, yeah.
Why is that?
Because it goes to the invasion of China by Japan and multiple times, and they're kind of this back and forth.
But so China's making them the better country by calling on their help all the time?
No, but they're the bad guys all the time.
They're always the bad guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if I'm the Chinese bad guy and I have to call the Japanese bad guys to come over, like...
But they always lose to the hero. Who's Chinese?
That's true.
I think ultimately...
That's true.
Because they get their comeuppance at the end. They're like, see? They're not so tough.
But
so it's a way to show that the hero is beating both.
And that's why I think I respect Fearless so much.
That might be.
Because he wasn't a bad guy. He was his equal. And they were each other's equal. And I'm probably one of the major reasons why that movie's number one for us. Mm-hmm. I think it did a really good job. Because I was like, when I remember first, I'm like, you didn't even think about it. But right away that they're having the tea and you're like,
yeah,
oh, this is different.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this one is like, and they're like in the shoes and they're in the garb. And like, I'm like, God damn.
And it's at this point that the movie ran out of powder. Because everybody is shiny after this.
You like shining at me? Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice
Maybe
that.
it just became summertime. Maybe they were filming and it was nice and cool.
Stop trying to make this 4 years. All right. It was a week and a half.
I'm talking about filming now. I'm filming.
So Japanese show up and they're sent to kill the Wu school leaders, which is basically the other school. By this time I heard Wu one time. I was like, motherfucking Wu-Tang. So I just called it Wu from there. And oh my God. This is where they comically kill one of the students and they throw his ass across the ground. Like he comically, once again, was this trying to be funny? Because he's like, and he slides across the ground and I'm just like, what the shit was this? So it was interesting, but and
then she makes next scene, she makes a comeback.
Yeah,
and we get our second song of the movie.
That's what it sounded like to me, guys.
No, it's a beautiful song, guys.
Again, I am not saying the song is not beautiful. I ain't saying the way this movie how it sounded.
Hey. That's a fight.
And what's the first thing she does? What's up with Chow? Chow good, man?
Yeah, she's like,
right away. Still trying to throw it at him, bro. And he's like, yeah.
Hands like, what?
Oh, Hands a fucking hater, bro. But hey, he comes back with the vengeance at the end. We ain't even to that motherfucking many deaths that we get at the end. And it's funny right here. Han is jealous. He tells about the Iron Fist. Oh, then Han becomes a bitch.
Yeah.
He flips.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does flip. And he starts telling the boss everything, right? And he tells me he has Iron Fist. He tells
I
him
didn't
everything.
like him up until then. And then when he turned, I was like, that's why
I
you're.
didn't like it because of the sideburns. Like, how you gonna have 70 sideburns in this movie? I
Well,
know
the
it's
70s, bro.
I get you, but
And he thought he was hot shit running that class. And I'm like,
hey, watch him out though, because motherfucker comes back. All right, he comes back.
Yeah.
But so he tells him everything, and
Traitor.
in this scene, the son's vest is
Oh,
fucking
it's so-
magnificent, bro.
which one was
is
that?
is it fur or is
Furry,
it
it's
Oh,
red.
yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like I was like that shit was vicious. So then, they because of the help with Han, they trap Lalo, they trap Chow.
But first of all, they already knew because they had people comically spying on this school.
All the time.
Hey, boss, I think they're doing this.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And they break the shit out of his hands in this fight. They crush his hands. Those samurai is like, you want to do Iron Fist? Cool. Good thing it wasn't called Iron Dick because it would have broke his dick. Like whatever part he was going to use.
And that probably wouldn't have healed the same.
Here we go. It's not fucking 4 years, Stephens. All right. God damn it. So they break the shit out of his hands. My favorite part is that when they bandage his hands up, they look like sock puppets.
Whatever, they were like big old things too.
He had
Like,
land chop on his hand.
Yes, if you put an eyeball on that bitch, he'd be like, he could have done his own shows and shit. This motherfucker. So then, oh god,
Chihao receives a letter.
There's birds.
No. Yes.
Why do I have birds? Was there birds in this part?
I don't know. I said the Japanese break his hands,
Yes.
and then the musicians
were there birds?
just happened to be rolling in their van.
Yes. Why did I get birds?
I don't know.
I made a point to put birds as my note because I was like, oh, it's going to be about birds. There must have been a bird somewhere. But okay. Yeah, fucking bird just flew across the screen. I was like, birds.
It was an eagle, Enrique.
It was an eagle, and he didn't
If
believe
you're listening
anything.
to this
He didn't
from
believe
your-
any
from
of
your
this
kidnapping.
hand healing. He didn't believe any of this hand healing. So then then my note after birds is, man, Chow, he loyal. He loyal because he's like, again, even with his broken hands, he's like, no, get away. Like he stops it. He never does it.
That's because he loves
He does.
her.
He loves Ling Ling. He does. I could tell by the cutaway scene we had during the letter.
Her
So
name
then-
is
what I'm
Ying
saying.
Ying.
Ying Ying. Oh my god, my bad. Ying Ying. So then the samurai kill Ying Ying's father.
Yeah, they did.
Why?
Because he was the opposing school and he's
No, he
the
is not.
master of the other guy.
No, he is not. At this point in time, Ying Ying's dad is nobody's master anymore.
But they know that he's like,
They need a reason to get Ying Ying,
yeah.
To the town.
I get that.
and that's it. That's
Oh my God.
literally it.
But
the-
you understand what I'm saying? Because he doesn't train anybody at this
I
point.
love the
I get you,
jump
but
that
he-
Pajamas does though. To the top of a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Pajamas. Yeah, that shit is ridiculous.
But they know like that's his old master or whatever, right?
I get it, but
So let me go kill this dude.
we're really gonna take it to him.
Let me make him really mad.
Gotcha. Because this is
We broke his hands. Now let's
Yeah.
break his
Let's
heart.
break his heart. Oh, let's break his
Yeah.
spirit.
See?
Ah, it doesn't pay off. Then the samurai fucking.
So many freaking plans, and just kill him.
But it kind of pays off at the end. I
I
will
guess
say
it-
the end kind of works for me.
You're like, oh, let's break his hands. No, you have a sword. Chop his head off, you jackass.
Because I will tell you, I was done with this fucking movie at the tournament. I was fucking done.
Yeah, you know why? Because it was 4 years later. Look at all the time that they're
This
having
movie-
to travel back
It
and
took
forth.
him a year to run from the forest to the fucking tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
Runs better than
He had to
Gal Gadot.
learn. He had to
so-
learn the Iron Fist and then relearn it after his hands healed.
But I will tell you, there was little things throughout the movie that kind of pulled me back in, and the fact that the son always had
The Benoit balls.
the Benoit balls, and then he just
And his cigarette
Yes.
holder.
yeah.
yes, he's
Oh
always
yeah,
doing it.
that long.
Yeah,
cigarette.
he's Virginia Slims. He's a classy lady. He's always doing it. And then he just says, yak, and pulls out the fucking I put
Yeah.
Judas. What was his name? I put Judas, but Han. Pulls out Han's eyeballs and throws the motherfuckers on the ground. I was like, God damn. That was vicious. So I was like, oh, I'm back. You got me back for a little bit. And then it goes through a bunch of bullshit after that. Mega Man switches side. Why does Mega Man switch sides?
Because I think he believes they've gone too far.
They're
Right?
like-
Isn't that kind of what he says? He
Yes,
says
but he's like-
they've gone too far.
He's like, we broke your hands. We killed your girlfriend, your daddy.
Dad-in-law, father-in-law.
I beat up everybody at your school. I beat up your master. But you know what?
Eyes.
But eyes, it's too far.
That's where he draws the line.
He's like, nah.
Okay,
He's
okay.
all, the
It's
worst
the
thing is
sum
that
of those things,
Han
not
never
that
saw
one
it
thing.
coming.
That was bad.
All right. So then Ting, I put Tong. Ying. I gotta switch. This shit keeps fixing my spelling, and it's pissing me off. Ying does. We're at the tournament, right? And Chao's like, man, where's your dad at, man? I'm about to kick some ass. Oh, we get some fighting, but it's totally forgettable fighting. Like there's.
How dare you? The son defeats his opponent. And guess what? Chao's not at this fight. And they're like, where is Chao? Where is Chao?
Because he's running a marathon to get
Okay,
there.
what we left out is that Megamind and Chihao fight the samurai, the three Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And
they defeat two of them.
The two Ronin that apparently in Japan they never
comb your hair.
They never comb their hair.
I felt like that too.
They were a little messy.
Yeah. So then they fight those guys. They beat the two, but then we get this weird scene where Megamind, he does Adebayo, and he says like go, and he like smashes a tree though, and then like the samurai kind of follows him, but then we never see what happens. Oh, we find out later.
We find out.
Yeah, but we never see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're at the tournament. Shitty fighting.
Yes, Chihao is not. So it's like, all right, we only have 2 fights, and the other guys aren't here yet.
Okay, but didn't the son fight 2 separate people?
Could have been.
So how did homie get directly into the semifinals? Or the finals?
That's how good he is.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, it's not that kind of tournament.
It is not that
Well, if
kind of...
Megamind's not there to fight, like he's like, all right, well.
Yeah, he already won his battle, maybe.
Okay. These aren't ISSK or fucking international
They're not
karate.
sanctioned
They're not
fights.
sanctioned fights. These are not sanctioned by the International Karate Federation, all right? Oh my God. So they're yelling for him.
Yeah, but then the bad guys are like, no, he's not here. He has to lose on a technicality. And I'm like, again, you had swords. You broke his hands. You broke his spirit. And you're like, no, we can't cheat. Or that was what they tell Han, like, we're not cheaters.
Yeah, so fucking stupid. So then he gets there, yay, and he's like, hey, where's your dad at? Ying. And she's like, he was old and he didn't want to come. And he's like, man, I wish he could be here to see me win this bitch. And then he does by using the Iron Fist, which has an amazing sound. He has used this like 2 other times in this movie.
Yeah.
Which similar to the show Iron Fist on Netflix and now Disney Plus, doesn't use it enough, I feel like.
I guess not. There wasn't enough. There wasn't enough.
Yeah, enough of that.
Red
Enough of red. Because every time he uses it, it turns red and it makes this amazing sound. Which what's up with that sound, Barker?
It's the sound from Ironsides. The wow, wow, wow.
Which then was used by
Tarantino in Kill Bill.
Yeah, so it's that, honestly that was like one of those things where I heard it, I was like, ooh. It made me like, again, gave me enough to get to the next like cool thing in this movie. So then he wins the tournament, he beats the shit out of the son, duh, because the son can't fucking fight with the shit.
Right. And then people are celebrating.
Yeah.
Some dudes like breakdancing in the back.
Yeah. This is where I'm fucking strapped in for this fucking movie. Like you couldn't show me any of the other shit, I would have been I would have got it. When the boss shows up with the guy, like, man, you fucking guy's good, dude. He made it happen. Stab!
Yeah.
And just kills it. I was like, fuck yeah, this is gonna get amazing. So he kills him, takes off.
Yes.
Dude's dying in homie's hands, right?
Where's the master?
Okay, right. But then the guy leaves to his house.
Which guy?
The boss.
Oh.
He goes home, right?
Yes.
And it's dark.
Okay. This is where then I got off the bus.
Oh, man. I love the dark fight.
No, you know why?
Because wacky as fuck.
Because this place has electricity. They're like, let me turn on the lights.
Does it have electricity?
They make a point to say, let me turn on the lights.
So he cut the lights.
Yeah. In this world that's both Kung Fu, Samurai, Iron Fist, and they're like, guess we're the only house in this town that has electricity.
I didn't notice.
But maybe he meant turn on the lights, like let me light this lamp.
No, because then he's like, well, the lights, they're not working. Let's turn on some lamps.
Oh, somebody like, you didn't pay the bill, bitch. Like you didn't pay his PG&E.
But yes, they are in the dark. And he's like, "Oh, what's going on, man? What's happening? Hello?"
Explain this dark fight, Barca. Like, did it work for you? It fucking worked for me because I was like, this is stupid as
So
fuck.
it's essentially Han and the lovely singer.
What? Yeah. What the fuck was she doing there?
Because she knew him.
She says, like, I know you. We were friends. Yada, yada, yada.
And then
Yeah, but like...
and then now she feels bad because, he's got no eyes and he didn't smash.
Man. He could have smashed anybody. He wouldn't tell. Anyway, so what happens there?
Wow.
So then they're in the dark. There's a lot of dark shit going on, right?
Han stabs the eyes out of the sun.
Yes.
And he's like, "Hey!"
Yes.
And this is where I in capital letters. This inn has electricity. And so the dad is there, and the dad ends up killing his son.
Yes.
And so they're fighting in the dark. They're dancing in the dark, and the singer and Han escape into the hallway.
Only momentarily.
And it's like, oh, there's the rest of the gang there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when they start. Do they just hit him or they stab him? It's everything, right?
The dad comes out.
Yes.
And the dad fucking, he beats the shit out of the blind guy. But then he like karate chops the singer in the head. And then she turns and falls. And
Well, she got that big old gash.
like he cut the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Ay!" And sounded just like when she was singing. And then she falls down to the ground. She's out. She's done. And then like the dad's standing there and then kick, punch, Iron Fist. Right?
Yes.
And then Iron Fist chases dad, but dad runs into his room and he kills himself.
Yeah.
What the fuck's happening? I'm like, what the shit?
he knows that he has the iron hand or the iron fist, so he's like, I'm not dying at this guy's hands. I'm dying at my own hands.
You see, I interpret it differently. I felt like I killed the guy who killed my son, but I killed my son. I need to kill myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
We're writing better movies probably.
Yeah,
Here.
don't do that.
that's what I thought. Like I took care of it, but now I got to kill myself. So he kills himself. So for a split second, I completely forgot about the samurai, the last Japanese guy. I don't know what the fuck's happening. So then,
Well, because we didn't know what happened.
we didn't know what happened. Yeah.
You thought
Okay.
other dude was going to be
First of all, why is that man in brown face? The samurai seems like he's in brown face because he does not look Japanese to me. He looks like my cousin Manny. He looks like a Mexican because he even has like Juan Diego mustache.
Oh, I was trying to look at the picture, but they only have they have an old one on IMDb. They don't have the picture from this movie.
Yeah, dude. So
Interesting.
If you've not seen this movie, I was like, hey, everybody's Asian except that guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but why is that Mexican guy there?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. But he shows up holding Megamind's head.
Yeah.
That was kind of ish. Oh, when the dad stabbed himself, the blood splatter on that shit was insane.
Oh, you know, I love me some
I,
70s
was like,
blood.
I thought about Parker right away.
This
I was like,
movie
shit.
had so much awesome blood.
Yeah, it did. It really did. So
He's
then
holding the head.
he's
when he
holding the
walks in.
head, drops that shit.
That's when you go, oh shit, I forgot they fought.
Exactly. I had completely forgot about this guy. So now we get the end battle, which I thought the end battle had already happened twice, but now we get the final end battle. Hey, it was the best fighting in the movie, but it still wasn't very good.
Like even when he catches, so Chihao catches
sword, yeah.
catches a katana in in between his hands and then breaks it.
Mm-hmm.
And it,
So he breaks it, but it they're experimenting with the medium. They could have done. We've seen that same scene done much better, much faster. And so when they do it here, and it almost seems like this is a rehearsal, right? It's like, I'm going to catch it, and I'll go like this, and it breaks, and now you do your move, and I kill you.
The one thing I did like is the wall punches. I called it wall punches. When he uses Iron Fist and he goes into
When he
the
finally
wall.
is like, yeah. First of all, why haven't you been using that the whole time? And then I remembered, you only use it for justice.
When I remember that shit. Don't use that shit for evil, bro. Use that shit for justice. Oh my god! And they walk away.
Sunrise.
Yeah, and that's it. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. Embarca. Well, shit. This is the time we usually try to go to Enrique to give us his take on the movie, but did nothing.
Oh,
has he been able to free himself?
Hey! We are getting a secret message. I think he smuggled. Let me unplug. He smuggled out a secret message.
Oh, what does he got to say?
Let's see if we can play it. Hold on.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Enrique. So, yeah, I was kidnapped. These bastards, they found me. But, oh shit. Okay, look, I don't have a lot of time. First time caller, long time listener. I wanted to call in, talk about the movie we watched. It's, what was it? The boxer with the deadly 5 fingers or something? I forget what it's called, but, I don't know where you guys watched this movie on, but I watched it on Amazon Prime, and it was it's pretty rough quality. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it was not good quality, but somehow the dubbing was surprisingly good, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys thought. I noticed a couple sounds that were used by Tarantino in the Kill Bill movies. That was kind of cool. But overall, I kind of enjoyed this movie. I don't know how you guys felt. But unfortunately, it doesn't crack the top 10 for me. It was enjoyable enough to watch it again maybe one day, but and recommend it to people, but not making our top 10, my top 10. So yeah, I hope you guys be listening. Hopefully I'll get a chance to listen. Oh shit, wait, I have to go. I have to go, guys. But real quick, Wu-Tang band forever.
Did he say Wu-Tang Band?
Yeah.
I hope you fucking stay there. I hope they fucking diddle you in the ass. I hope all evils happen to you, motherfucker.
You had one job. One.
I love it, Enrique.
Good job, Enrique. That was fucking
it.
amazing, man. Okay, he says he would tell people to watch it again, but doesn't crack his top 10. He kind of did 2 parts for us. But Barker, would you tell people to watch this movie?
If you are a fan of kung fu movies, watch this movie because it is a step. It is
Maybe
is
the
something,
first step.
Yes, it's a free. But if you watch it as a first step, like if we showed Enrique this, he'd be like, "I'm not doing this podcast."
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But if you already have this and you haven't watched it, check off that box off the list. If not, I think it's a pass because other movies do this same story, do everything in this movie much better. Bruce Lee also fights Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. In what?
The
Fist of Fury. I would say watch it. It probably took 4 hours, but it really felt like 4 years. But the end fucking is wacky as shit. We're not doing, you gotta watch the end, guys. We're not lying about this blind fight, fucking headless people, blood splatter, fucking walls are cracking. To get there, you see a young Bolo. That's cool. You see a young Bolo. And man, this was good enough to make, and I know it wasn't his first movie, but Lalo made 200 something appearances in these fucking movies. So if anything else, you've probably seen him already if you're a fan of these movies. Maybe see one where he's the main dude and see how he handles it or whatever.
Well, I did a little bit more reading while you guys were talking and stuff, and apparently this movie and oh man, I forgot the name of it. This movie and another movie. Hold on, I was seeing if I can find it.
Steven?
So this movie and another movie.
It's Dead Thrust or something.
Whoa.
Deep Thrust.
All right.
Yes.
Stevens,
Hold
are
on.
we talking about the same
Hold
thing,
on.
Stevens?
It was renamed in an homage to Deep Throat. Yes, but so there's this movie. Five Fingers
porno.
of Death, Deep Thrust, which was originally called Lady Whirlwind.
Wait.
I don't know what it's about. We'll have to watch it. In Big Boss, right? Those were the first movies that America got that were kung fu movies. So when it claims to be the first international movie or whatever, these are the first movies that.
Imagine watching this, and then in that same block, you can go see Glory Hole Jones.
No, but imagine you're walking and you're like, oh man, this one has Big Boss, but this one has fucking King Boxer. Man, King Boxer sounds cool. And you go in there, and you're like, man, Fuck these movies.
No, but you've never. But think about it. You've never seen that.
The eyes poking out.
That's a
Fighting.
good point.
You've never seen that.
But how much better if you went into
But that
Big
also
Boss?
came a couple of years later, right? Like 2 years later or whatever.
I get what you're saying.
But these are the first ones that did introduce. So when it claims to be like first international kung fu movie or whatever, that's probably true because it is based on that.
Wow. Or
So
even
I just
if it,
kind of
like,
wanted to bring that.
Yeah, I just wonder. I just like you're right. No matter what, this was still probably cool as shit. Like you said, even Tarantino pulls from this. Like,
Listen,
you know, like
Star Wars hasn't come out yet, so Star Wars blows everybody's mind. Star Wars changes the game
okay.
on how everything's done. So you're getting Shaft in one theater, then you get King Boxer, and then you get Big Boss, and you get what is it, Lady Booty Hole? What is it?
Lady Whirlwind.
Lady Whirlwind.
Deep thrust.
Deep thrust. I think it was the perfect time, and then you're getting all these blaxploitation movies. You get Blackula, and so
Who's the lead lady in Lady Whirlwind? I'm like, is it somebody we've seen before?
Let me see.
Is it Ying Yang?
Maybe.
I know damn well it ain't.
It's not the other one.
It's not the singer. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Not your
right now.
singer. Angela Mao.
Oh,
It's a Sammo Hung movie?
Whoa!
Hold on, is it?
Man, we gotta check this out at some point in time. Then I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen that, bro?
I have not seen that.
He
Nope.
is in this. This is a Sammo Hung movie.
Dope.
He's not top billed, but he is in it.
Hey, that's awesome.
So we'll have to do a little bit of investigating about this, but it's Angela Mao.
Interesting. Well, I think I know where we're going with this. So I'm going to ask you to do 13 things while you do this one. But can you tell us our top 10 list for this week, please?
Yes. At number 1, you have Fearless. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon. Number 3 is The 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Wow.
Number 4 is Legend of the Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2. Number 5 is Way of the Dragon. Number 6 is Crippled Avengers.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 8 is Fist of Fury. Number 9 is Iron Monkey. Remember when we watched that? Seems so long ago.
Was it 4 months ago?
And number 10 is
Maybe 4
Kung
years.
Fu Hustle. Or 6 months.
Wow, man. We got some bangers, dude. What's like 11? Not even that's 11, but what's one of that we got
You've
pushed
got
out?
the ones you've recently kicked out were 5 Deadly Venoms, The Raid, Clan of the White Lotus, Hero.
Fucking A, man. The Last Dragon. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You've kicked some good ones
We
out.
have really watched some good ones.
And now recently, King Boxer.
King Boxer. Well, I'm going to go first. And well, actually, I'm going to go second. Enrique already let us know in his valiant attempt to give us a call, even though he's kidnapped. No, not top 10 for me. But doesn't make top 10 of the horrible movies either. It's not American Ninja. It's not anything like that. There's some parts that made me laugh like American Ninja, but it's not that bad. So I would say no, though. What about for you, Abarga?
I don't think it's top 10. There are other Shaw Brothers movies that are much, much better. Like I said, there's other movies that we've watched that have the same story that do it much, much better.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is what's going on with that. Nobody cracked the top. I don't know. I think it's going to get harder and harder to get into the top 10 list, man. We got some really good movies there. But we're going to attempt to do this next week. Stevens, what is our movie for next week?
So you are watching Killzone from 2005.
Technically speaking, for us, this is a newer movie.
It is a little bit newer
Okay.
because it's 15, 16, 17 years old at this point. You can find this on Apple TV, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube. It's all over the place for rent, though. I don't see it streaming anywhere.
Wow.
Unless you have Pluto.
Man, Pluto be like
There you
hitting
go.
it. Pluto seems to have all our movies that we need to watch for free 99 on Pluto. So shout out to the homie. What's his name? Tommy?
Tommy.
The Donnie Yen fan, man. This is Donnie Yen. Right? And
Sammo Hung.
Sammo Hung. So
Joey?
this is supposed to have some amazing
I
fight
don't remember
scenes
his
in it.
name.
Terrence?
No, I think it was Tommy.
Okay.
Man, sorry. All right, we don't have Enrique's not here. He's kidnapped.
Shout out to you guys.
Give us a little bit of a break. So, Barca, where can they leave us a voicemail?
Well, first of all, hey.
Oh, well, my bad.
I can do his part.
Go for it.
He's at twitter.com
that's
gung-fusuperbros,
mean.
Instagram.com /Gung-Fu Super Bros pod. And apparently my Instagram is here. So Instagram.com /Malo Films. But also please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to us. Leave us a voicemail at www.gungfusuperbros.com or on our Google Voice number, 661-401-5941 to be part of our show. Also, subscribe to us on the YouTube. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And hit the thumbs up button. If you hit the thumbs down button, we're coming and get you.
Speaking of that, hey, Enrique, don't worry. We're going to strap it on right now. Don't think about it too much. And we're going to come and get you, buddy. We're going to free you straight American Ninja style.
With $22.
And a dream.
Yes.
All right. Barker, say bye.
Be good humans, guys.
Stevens.
Bye.
And remember, guys, my name is An. I love you guys. And hey, as the next people of Sung Wu Yang, I thought you bound to be pretty good. It seems that I was wrong.